Fancy meeting you here. Hello again. More hard plastic. This time, Coftyran specialist. Let's go. Alright, here's the frame. Apologize, it's a little bowed. I got my example frames and was very excited and left them out. And they ended up in the sun and it warped a little bit. So, apologies. But, it'll get the job done. So here we go. We're going to take a little tour around this frame. This one, as much like the Crusader, if you've just seen the Crusader video, the Specialist frame has 4 bodies. There should be 3 of these frames in the box, and I did the math last time, so I know that's 12. 12 per box. 3 times 4 is 12. I think it's a little different about this frame, you'll see, is there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 body fronts to go with these 4 bodies, and that gives you some options. And I'll show you what those options are as we get to them. So, 4 bodies, the fronts, there are 2 regular backpacks on this frame. Let's go this way. And then immediately we get a left and a right hand Gladius. And so those are great for doing your Coftyran trench raiders. So this has got a bunch of new parts on it. So there's the Gladius arm, there's a Doru arm, he's got a special trench raidery head, so he's got like a little skull cap, low profile instead of a big helmet, and he's got a scabbard for his Gladius. And we can also look here. If you're familiar with Coftyran, they've got a metal plate on their chest that is like their regiment, nice bright shining metal. Well, that sucks if you're trying to trench raid at night. So half of the body halves, fronts, are the regular Coftyran symbol, and the other half are wrapped in leather to hide them in the night. The marked Quar that I'll show you, the sharpshooters also have. And then we come and we see these 2 halves, and that is the RCO, and that is a little 2 Quar blast weapon. It's good for anti-tractor, it's good for anti-Quar, it's good for making booms. And so in game, that has a gunner, so when you pay your points for that model, he comes with a gun, and then you can designate another model as his loader, or a spotter, which is a new figure that I'll show you in a second that will also have some new rules. So that's the RCO. It's got a little tread to push it around, so it's a little more mobile, easier to turn. I don't know, it's Quar. Live with it. RCO. So yes, 2 halves of it are there. And then way over here is the gun shield. Coming this way, this is an arm. He's holding a little RCO shell. So if you want to kit out a specific loader and or spotter, you can give him a little shell for the RCO. 2 more Gladius arms. Put 2 Gladiuses on those trench raiders. You could also, again with compatibility, you could give your hard plastic Coftyran officers some Gladius instead of a saber for just a slightly more tough look, macho look. I don't know what the right word is, but anyhow, give him a Gladius instead of a saber. There's a Harlech arm. More Harlechs. Here's another shell arm. This time the left arm. This one's the right arm. More backpacks. Regular Coftyran heads. We'll come over here. These are some gun arms. So here is a sharpshooter head. So the sharpshooter heads, because of how they're designed, are divided into 2 parts. So there's kind of the bottom, and then it's split, and there's a top. And so you can see that here is some of the sharpshooters have heads with a little leaves and twigs in there to disguise them a little bit. They've also got a Harlech with a scope, and there's a little leather wrapping there to help hide them. And also on this one, we've put the little leather wrapped chest plate to give him a little more hiding power, camouflage, something. And then you can see here are 2 of the marked Quar arms, again with the leather wrapped scopes. And then everybody's favorite is this little kind of Quar boonie like hat. So this is another sharpshooter. He happens to have the plain metal body, but he's got this little slouch cap. And again, this doesn't have to be on your sharpshooter. You can use this on anything. You can put it on your NCOs. You can put it on a regular rifler. You can put it on an officer. He just wants to keep the sun out. The other thing that was on here is this head here and this head here are those trench raider heads with the skull caps. Coming this way is just a little pouch, extra pouch. There's a loose Doro. Again, loose weapons are good. We all want loose weapons. So the command frame has the loose Harlex. This one's got a loose Doro and a loose Cryphon over here. The Coftyran light machine gun. A loose RCO shell, a little grenade. So Gladius and a scabbard. Here's two of the camouflaged hats. They're not hats, they're helmets. Two of the camouflaged helmets. Doro arm. Swing all the way back over here. So you can see, again, here's the bodies with the different front plates. Another sharpshooter arm, another Harleck arm. There's some more Dorus for your trench raiders or whomever you want to give them to. And then here's this little arm, which is another new model, which is a spotter. And so you can use the spotter with either a sharpshooter or with the RCO. And it allows you to reroll one die in an attack. So if you roll too high, you can roll one die, but you have to take the second roll. Something useful in mass battle when we get to that as well. So that's the spotter. And yeah, so that's the frame. Coftyran Specialist. 12 dudes, bunch of parts, all interchangeable, same as always. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, except it's up for pre-order soon and out soon. And in a short time, I'll be back showing off more hard plastics. So I look forward to it.